Welcome into another episode of the Holton Ahlers Show, Game of Thrones style betrayal. You like that one?
That was good. So we're filming this Monday night, and 20 minutes ago, Josh Aldridge news breaks publicly. We got a call kind of earlier in the day. Man,
It's disgusting in my opinion. I like Josh Aldridge. He's probably one of the most personal coaches that's came on this podcast.
he supported the pod a lot.
I will say that. He gave me a free shirt.
Yeah.
Only gift I've gotten from ECU since I graduated. So I appreciate that. But losing a coordinator to a conference foe doesn't sit right. Like, how are we losing a coordinator to a conference foe? Two, why did he want to leave ECU? Because everyone's talking. We bring everyone back. I know that the odds might be slimming down. And JDB looks like the odds are growing a little bit, maybe, of staying. But what did he see that he's like, I got to get out of here? I know Brian Hartline's a hot hire. I know USF has a lot of money they're giving to their football program. But what the hell? I am shook.
I am as well. Everything that we've heard the last, 2 hours probably has been he wanted his own show. He wanted Harrell had his own scheme. We asked Josh Aldridge this, 3 weeks ago? Being around Coach Harrell Coach Harrell's a great defensive coordinator.
Yep.
Coach Harrell's now our head coach, but he's still young. He still wants to have his hands on things. But Josh Aldridge still coordinated the defense this year.
A young coordinator.
And everything from a lot of people we've talked to over the last couple minutes, including Josh Aldridge, have said just he wanted his own show. He wants to go Hartline at USF as an offensive guy. He's going to give his own show.
Well, it sucks that he's leaving, but one thing that makes me positive, though, is, Harrell had a lot of his hands in this defense this year. If he had a lot of his hands in his defense, our defense was really good this year. I think we're okay. Two, Harrell's probably going to call the defensive plays in the bowl game. Great. And then three, if Harrell does, he's going to make a hire of another defense coordinator. He's going to have his hands in it. If everything we're hearing is true, that I'm like, okay, this new defense coordinator come in, he's going to listen. Harrell's still going to have his hands in a lot of it. So it makes me feel a lot better on the team overall. It does suck to lose a coordinator like Aldridge, but it makes me feel good that, hey, Harrell's a good DC. He was good every year he's been here at ECU. Think about our 2-10 season. If we had an offense that year, we had a really good defense.
Yeah.
I'm okay with Aldridge leaving. It sucks because he's a great guy, and I don't like the way it happened because it seems like no one knew it was coming down the pipe.
No one did.
It really seemed like no one knew.
There was no rumors of interviews. There was no nothing. It hit.
Do you feel the same way with me, with Harrell, or?
I agree, yes. I think we're in a great position, and I said this on Pirate Radio. I was literally doing an interview Monday at 5, literally as the news was, beginning to break. We already knew because someone reached out to us. And they asked, they're like, hypothetically, if he did leave, because I wasn't going to be the one. I don't care to break news. We'll post it once it's out there.
Yeah.
And I said, look, you might lose both coordinators. You might lose your quarterback. The one thing you can look for is you have a head coach that you can look for and say, you know what? He understands this place. He understands how to win, and he's very likable. And this is a destination spot because of Blake Harrell. This isn't a destination spot because of a defense coordinator, because of an offense coordinator, because of quarterback. It's a destination spot. One, because of its fans, obviously, and everything that we bring. But we have a head coach that understands what the fans and what this university brings. And I think that's what's more important than any coordinator, any individual person, is your head coach. You look back at the history, when you have a head coach in place who understands the community, who understands East Carolina, that's when we've been successful. Blake Harrell's now successful. Ruffin McNeil, Skip Holtz, all those guys understood, Steve Logan understood the community of Greenville and the fan base, and we have a guy in place now that does that. And there's going to be coordinators with success, especially in today's college football world.
1 year of success is kind of crazy.
It is, but look at our defense. Genuinely, I was a little shocked that we weren't hearing rumors about him leaving. He has an SEC background. He has great connections. He sat in this seat, I'm pretty sure I'm sitting in right now, on our podcast, and said his best friend and then all these other coordinators at Florida and SMU and all these places, and that he was at Auburn. We knew he had connections. Mm-hmm. It was just bound of when someone came and poached him, and it just happened to be USF at the right time. The only thing that doesn't sit right with me is South Florida. And it doesn't sit right with me because I'm going to rant here. I apologize. It doesn't sit right with me. One, because it's conference foe.
Yeah.
I feel like we're positioned team wise to go out there and beat them next year.
Well, you must not felt that way.
He must not have felt that way, and why didn't he feel that way? But I will say that is probably, he must not have felt that way, and he wanted his own show. And I do understand that on the aspect of he might have felt like if he every coach, every player, every person has their own dreams and aspirations. He may have felt that for him to get a big time gig, he needed to be somewhere where he was on his own. And then if he had another good year next year, did all these other big programs just look and say, yeah, that's Blake Carroll's defense, so that's not Josh Aldridge. And I do understand that.
Well, how would they have known it's Blake Carroll, not Josh Aldridge? Blake Carroll's not going to go out to his guys, make your guys interviewing. Oh, that was me calling.
No,
the show.
I understand. I'm just saying, I'm just trying to think, what was he thinking? Like, what made him go from ECU to South Florida? Like, is that a lateral move? I would say they're dead even. The one thing that scares me, though, and is it a awakening moment? It is for me. We were talking on the way over here, is 2 weeks ago, I told you about South Florida and how they have a CEO of the athletic department as well as everything else they have in place, but they have a CEO. Yep. He runs it like a business. They are, I was reading this article, I'm going to pull it up here. The Board of Trustees approved an internal loan of up to $22.5 million and a $16 million increase in student athlete revenue sharing payments for 2026-2027. The CEO announced. They got approved. They're taking literally a loan out and investing it in their student athletes for 1 year and saying that it's going to pay off in 1 year. And is that a wake-up call for not only ECU, but the rest of the American Conference to say, sorry, it's Jack Powers, to say what we're doing isn't going to be enough, because this is South Florida has a CEO running their athletics right now who's running it like a business, and he's being super aggressive, and he's outspoken about being aggressive towards next year, 2026, 2027. He's saying is their year. We're going to be aggressive financially and hope it pays off. And is that Josh Aldridge seeing that and understanding that? And
one thing also, maybe I read that wrong as well. They're going to be able to reach the revenue sharing cap of $20 million.
They're reaching the cap.
Which,
yes,
SEC, Big Ten, all the major schools are going to be at the cap. Most of your G5 schools won't be at the cap. That's it. That's a serious advantage right there.
Yeah, 100%, and I 100% agree with it. Let's get Jack Powers' quick opinion on this.
Jack just calling into the show.
Yeah, he was calling like he was. Might as well. Right now. Jack, you're on the podcast. What are your thoughts on Josh Aldridge leaving?
Not the biggest fan of a lateral move to an in-conference opponent. But looking at the positive of things, there's no one else I'd want leading the Pirates than Blake Carroll. He could do it all.
Caden, what do you have to say about that? Anything?
Jack, there's something that he saw at South Florida that he thinks he has a better chance at a higher promotion in the future, or a better chance of winning a conference title, or a chance at the playoffs, I guess.
The only thing I could think of would be NIL, but Pirates, we'll see how that plays out next season when we see them.
Amen, brother. All right, I'll call you in a little bit, Jack. Thanks.
Blake Carroll might put up 70 on him next year, too. Let everyone know that.
All right, thanks, Jack.
Yeah, later.
Jack's such a ball player.
Dude, it's hilarious.
He doesn't want to talk.
Yeah, he's a huge Blake Harrell. We all are Blake Harrell guys. I've literally talked to Coach Harrell, and I talked to Josh Aldridge. I sent him a text as well, because he was a supporter of the podcast. He's probably the most supporter coach of the podcast we've had. But yeah, it's just shocking. I don't think it's that smart of a move. I don't understand it.
He must think JDB's gonna leave. He has to think JDB's going to leave. He must think Hauser and JDB are out. I don't know what's going to come in here. South Florida, I know they're investing. I don't know. That's my take on it. I also get the money that South Florida is pumping in there. I get Brian Hartline, a wide receiver guru.
Huge. I can't believe they got him as a coach.
Wide receiver guru. Yeah, they have the money. He's going to get the offensive guys. He gets his full show. I get it to an extent, but also at the same time, like you go to a conference. It has a bad taste in my mouth, and it stings a little bit.
It does sting. It stings because the longer this thing pans out, like you said, the more we're like, holy cow, we might actually keep JDB.
Well, the thing with JDB now is he like, does he think, oh, maybe I should get out of here? I don't know.
Yeah.
Does it become a ripple effect? Because no one thought Aldridge was leaving. Does this cause the ripple effect?
Yeah. Jamarly Riddle, safety. I've heard it's
we didn't even
less
think
steady.
about the defensive guys.
Yeah.
We're thinking about the offensive guys. We knew some defensive guys were probably going to leave.
Yeah.
But now you got to think about your defensive guys returning. Who's going to try to go to South Florida? Who did he have his strongest relationships with?
Usually coordinators bring their staff with them. Is it going to be a whole new staff? Is Roy Tesh is going to stay with Harrell? He's a Harrell guy.
I think a lot of the defensive guys probably are going to stay.
Because it's Coach Harrell.
Harrell has, I think Harrell has, it just depends who has a better relationship, and can some of these guys get a promotion, which you're probably not going to get much of a promotion. You might get more pay.
I was told it was around the same exact contract.
Wow.
Yeah.
Then he thinks they have a better team. That's what it is. They have a better chance. They have a better team.
Yeah, man. That's ask Skip Oltz how that ended up. He went to South Florida and from
Well,
ECU.
it's a totally different era. If you're hitting the revenue cap,
I go look back. ECU, when he left ECU, he was saying like South Florida's on an upward trajectory. It's a better program. They're prepared for the future better than ECU is. Almost exact same thing. Not exact same thing, NIL and all that, but just verbatim. Like,
I don't mean to change this conversation, but now it makes you looking at the administration. And it's like, look, if a school in our conference can do this, let's see how it plays out for them this year. But they're taking the NIL, they're taking revenue, they're taking everything. They're taking everything very serious. And we just lost a guy to an in-conference school. How often does that happen? When was the last time ECU has ECU ever lost someone? Outside of Skip Holtz?
And they weren't even in the conference, so yeah. No. Not that I know of. I mean
the SEC happened.
Not a coordinator I couldn't think of. Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's disappointing in a way, but like Jack said, like I said, I'm still very optimistic about next year. Like Blake Harrell as the head coach of ECU, and I feel for Blake Harrell right now because I'm sure the stress is through the roof. Now you got to prepare for a bowl game. Harrell's defense, like he'll be fine doing that.
JDB's has been MIA some days, I've heard.
Yeah, because he's interviewing for other jobs.
Now your defense coordinator is out. You're running a practice, and you don't even know. I don't even know. Maybe there's one day both coordinators are gone. Maybe tomorrow. JDB.
Yeah.
Ole Miss today. That was his Ole Miss interview today.
Yeah.
Yeah, some young guys got to step up, I guess.
You do. And
not young guys, young coaches.
Young coaches, yeah. Going back to the point though of trusting Blake Harrell, like
he made an excellent hire.
He hired Josh Aldridge.
Yeah.
A lot of people went into the season like not knowing much about Josh Aldridge. We didn't know about Josh Aldridge. Like we interviewed him, we were like, wow, he was actually very, very smart. And like midway through your season, you're like, holy cow, our defense is actually really good. Coach Harrell hired him. He wasn't a coordinator prior to that, like a full-time coordinator, and he picked him, and he ended up being very, very good. So I trust Coach Harrell. I know we're in a position. ECU is in a position for two things. With winning comes this, losing coaches, losing players, being poached, but you're also a destination.
Yeah.
Just like South Florida's job is a destination, the Pirates' job is a destination for the right guy and for someone who sees what we're building here. It takes a special coach and it takes a special player and a special person to want to be a Pirate. And we know this, we played. But if you get those right people in place, Blake Harrell understands that. He's a special person. He understands this community. If you get another guy like that in a position, then this place is going to take off. We're already in position to take off. We have the right leadership. Now it's just going to be, okay, we got to go find the right guy that understands that.
I agree with you 100%. What's your thoughts if you had to guess today? Last week I was at 30% chance. He under 30% chance he returns. Where do you think JDB's at now?
I think he's at...
You think it went up?
45 to 50, yeah. I think the more days it goes out, the better
is
chance
for us.
He has to stay, yeah.
I mean, it's very competitive jobs he was going after.
He is.
Very competitive jobs.
But see, and part of me is like, okay, but then how's he not interviewing for...
More.
Yeah.
Well, I read Georgia Tech might be one now. So Georgia Tech opens up, but they have like 36 candidates.
Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, that's every offense coordinator in the country.
That's a quarter
yeah,
or so. But still, you don't want your guys named. We're greedy. We don't want him to leave yet. One day he's going to leave. One day Blake Harrell is probably going to leave. We don't want him to leave yet.
Yeah.
Especially when you're not expecting what we
Speaking of offense coordinators, last week we said Joe Sloan would be a good position. Everyone's giving us flack on that. Well, he's at an SEC. He's an SEC offense coordinator again. So
Yeah. People don't want to hear it sometimes.
Yeah. I will say I have heard, and I've spoken to Caton too. We've heard that a decision is coming pretty soon. I feel very good about that. I think Caton Hauser will be the quarterback here next year.
That's good.
Yeah. The closer we get, the more I think
That he's
that he'll
gonna
stay. Yeah.
That's good to hear there. I know a lot of us are nervous on that. Let's talk about real fast. The coaches, because we had 4 coaches go to 3 went to the SEC, 1 went to the Big 12. I think 3 of those schools had pretty good hires.
They were very good hires.
Memphis,
Yeah.
great hire.
Yeah.
Huff,
Yep.
I was dumbfounded when
Played him at Marshall.
When Marshall fired
Yeah.
him.
He was the head coach at Marshall when I played, yeah.
They had beef with the athletic director. And then Brian Hartline is a home run.
Yeah, I thought he was going to get Penn State. I thought he was going to get the Penn State job.
I'm stunned too. I don't think he's gonna be your traditional guy. If he goes down there and wins early, he might be a 2-year and done. He might not even.
Or does he build it like UCF was built back in the day, where he just stays? That's the scary part, is they are going all in financially. Why would you go somewhere else? Like I would right now. The way they're investing financially, if you're Heartline, why would you go to an ACC school? Or, you know what I mean? Like, you would have to go to like a Penn State or like something like that. Because some of these bigger schools aren't investing that much.
I want to say, and this is completely off the head right now, I want to say I read somewhere that their athletic CEO guy or COO, his goal is to get them on the next conference realignment into a Power 4.
Yeah.
Their goal is to get out of the American.
And they're outspoken about that, which I actually love.
Yeah, and I kind of want, like, let's build it up. Like, why are we not more aggressive sometimes?
Yeah.
I want to be more aggressive. And I get maybe we don't lead the group of 5 and the group of 6, whatever it's going to be next year. But that's fine. But be aggressive. Like, make some plays on the big, outside the football level. Like
100%.
Like basketball. We're probably going to fire our basketball coach. There's a good chance. If not this year, next year, we're probably going to fire our basketball coach. Go crazy and get someone crazy. Like get like Kevin Keats or something like that.
I love that hire.
Get someone who's
or a young guy who's like crushing it right now in D2. Like give someone a shot. You can't just go get a normal. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. You can't just go get a normal like, oh, he's going to be a good coach. Be risky. Especially in basketball? What is the disadvantage of being risky
for a program that's never really won? And we're totally take this, but what I'm saying is, bringing it full circle, is I want our athletic department to be aggressive as hell.
Yeah.
Because in this era, you have to be aggressive as hell. You're going to be left, and it might be a few years from now that they cut the FBS in half, and you have your Power 4, whatever, your top 60, 70, 80, and we don't want to be left behind on that strikes.
Yeah, no, 100% agree. I do know that our athletic department is being like next year we are positioned well to go get recruits, to go keep guys in house. Like we are positioned well, but
I guess to the level of aggressive as South Florida.
No, there's not many schools that are.
Yep.
That's the thing. It's just South Florida is our conference opponent. Like that's who you're going to look to right now and say, okay, financially, if a recruit's going from here to here, if a coordinator's deciding between here and here, financially, it's not even close. South Florida's 100% invested, and we are 100% invested.
Yeah.
South Florida's like 300% invested. They got loans taken out to be more invested. So that's just a decision that we're going to have to make. And look, that's why athletic directors and everyone gets paid the big bucks.
Exactly. Jingle bells, jingle bells. That time of year, Christmas is here. And what's the best gift you can get for any family member? That's right, an Anson belt. The belt that will fit you regardless, and the belt that Holton, I think, is pretty stylish at times.
It is pretty stylish. Look, bowl game. You wear it at a bowl game if you get it early enough. Go ahead and order it now. AnsonBelt.com.
Men's and women's belts as well.
Men's and women's. Good call there.
Pitt. You excited about the Pitt game?
I mean, honestly,
I think people are mad about the Military Bowl.
There's no I think they are.
No, it's just the Military Bowl. Yes, I know. We know.
But,
and again, was the athletic department just taking one thinking they weren't going to get going back to the Myrtle Beach Bowl? Like,
I'd rather go military than Myrtle Beach.
No, of course. No,
yeah.
I'm saying, did we take the military because we thought there was nothing else that would be offered after that?
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't behind the scenes. One thing I will say is like Pitt's a really good team.
Oh, I'm excited.
I don't know who is opting out. That's the thing about the teams like that. You don't know who's opting out, who's not. Them is what I'm saying. I think our players will play.
And Narduzzi's a good coach.
Narduzzi's a very good coach. Tim Dowse, Jack's position coach at ECU, is the same thing at Pitt now. So we're going to see if we can get Tim Dowse on. Yeah, we'll have Jack's fired up about it.
I'm not excited about the Military Bowl. I'm not excited about the Military Bowl, but I'm excited about the opponent.
Yeah.
As an opponent, we haven't played since, 1991?
Yeah.
And it's an ACC school, so you have a good chance. That's our biggest thing. Power 4 bust. Like, that we want to play a Power 4 school.
Probably the best opponent we could have played.
Yeah, an 8-4 Pitt team. They were vying for an ACC title a couple weeks ago. If we can go out there and we can play some good football against them, like, this is gonna show, like, hey, ECU is no joke this year. We had
help with
we had a
recruits.
couple bad games. And we can bounce back. I know we're going to break the game down probably next week.
Yeah, next week we were going to this week, but all the news broke. And we were like, we can't. We gotta do it. But yeah, I think it's the third time in 5 years we made the Military Bowl. That tells me, one, the program's on the right track. We've made 4 bowls in 5 years. We're on the right track. We have the right, like I said, head man, in position now. But our whole thing was we didn't want the Myrtle Beach Bowl because it wouldn't have been a Power 4 school. Like, this could be a statement win for our program, bigger than really a lot in history. Like, this is a really good Pitt team, and this is a position for us to really make a difference. I hate the 11 a.m. kickoff. I don't know why it's 11 a.m. on a Saturday. I wish it would just, like, the night game last year.
There's a lot of bowl games.
I know it's a TV thing, but that's like. The Military Bowl is first class. Like, I went to Birmingham and I went to Military. Military Bowl by far blew it out the water. Like, it's first class. DC's nice. Annapolis is nice for fans. We went, like, downtown Annapolis. It's freaking sick, dude.
Yeah.
It's a great. There's bars. There's pubs.
And they put on a great production.
They do.
The Military Bowl is a great production. I've been to one of the bowls down in Alabama. It's still a bowl still. It was Ohio versus
The Mobile Bowl.
I don't think that was it. The Camilla Bowl, and it was nothing close to that. The Military Bowl was top tier.
Military Bowl is very nice. So I do. It's not like we went to Birmingham 3 out of 5 years. Like, at least it's drivable. It's good. Like, so I don't hate it. Just, it would be nice to go see somewhere else.
But what is nice is you're playing an opponent you don't get to play often.
Yeah. 100%.
And that's a good opponent.
I almost like
That's another freshman quarterback we're playing this year.
Yeah, he's played real good. We'll talk about it next
turned
week.
the ball over a lot.
Yeah, we'll talk about it next week. But I almost like it more than, like, there was rumors like Wake Forest. Like, Wake Forest got offered it and took another bowl.
Yeah.
And I think Duke did as well, and State.
I would have loved to play an in-state school, though.
I would have too, but, like, Wake Forest, like, I'm more excited about Pitt than I am Wake Forest.
I agree with you. I would have loved to play Wake Forest just because they canceled the game on us.
Yeah.
And if we had a chance to beat them.
That's true.
And then playing Duke, if you got to play the ACC champion and beat them, that'd be cool.
It's...
But playing Pitt's still awesome.
Playing Pitt,
All 3 of them I would have been happy with.
Yeah.
I would have loved, in any ACC school, and you have a chance to beat an ACC school
100%.
and play in a bowl game, I'm happy for it. I'm there for it. Let's keep building our resume, our record year over year, beating ACC schools when we have a chance in bowl games. Let's do that.
100%. Make sure you go to Sam Jones Barbecue. Caden, we love Sam Jones. If you're thinking about tailgating, hey, maybe cater some. Bring it on up. It's 11 a.m. game. You could literally, Caden, you could leave at 7 a.m. Or no, you could leave at, let's say, 5 a.m. Get there by...
Yeah, I wouldn't rush it.
9 a.m. with some barbecue. Maybe not, actually. It's not a good idea, but still make sure you go to Sam Jones Barbecue. Best barbecue in Eastern North Carolina, Caden.
The best barbecue. They have everything for the family. They got salads. They have those
Why are you pointing
drinks.
at me when you say salads? Then slushies, too? That doesn't even combine together.
Holton's on a weight loss journey.
Oh, my. I mean, I probably need to, but yes.
Sam Jones is the
Barbecue.
best.
Yeah, go to Sam Jones Barbecue. We love Sam Jones. How do you feel, speaking of bowl games, how do you feel about teams opting out? There's usually players that opt out. Teams opting out.
I hate it. What are we teaching people? So you think of, like, Marcus Freeman. I have high respect for Marcus Freeman. Like, was it him and a player's vote? That's what they're saying, but was it really? I'm curious. But what are you teaching our young men, our future leaders of the world? Hey, you didn't make it. Sorry, let's quit. Like, that's kind of what it is. Like, no, like you didn't make it. I like what Vanderbilt is doing. Vanderbilt didn't make it. They were vying for it. They're gonna go play the bowl game. They had a really good chance to play BYU, I think, was it BYU they were projected to play? That would have been a great matchup. I get you want to play for a national championship. Not everyone can play for a national championship every year. I do agree the college football playoffs need to fix the rules. Leave one G5 school, but fix the rules. Maybe expand it 2 more teams, 4 more teams. But you cannot buy out. And I hate worse, Notre Dame sucked. I actually hated that the most. But Iowa State, 8-4.
What are you doing?
I get you're losing your head coach, but you can't tell me those seniors on that team didn't want to play football. You cannot tell me that. Kansas State, what are you doing?
It sucks because
I wanted to play in a bowl game bad. I never got to play in a bowl game.
That is what I'm saying. Is like it sucks because even Notre Dame, like all their seniors have played in bowl games, played in playoff, played in all that. there's also seniors on that team that if they went to a bowl game would have one more game, that they aren't going to go play pro football, and now they're just their careers are done.
There's a lot of guys like that.
I know.
There's you have a lot of people, not even the players. Think about the student staff. Like football teams have a lot of student staff on that team that
equipment
that are there.
Yeah.
From the winter workouts and the 5 a.m. workouts in the winter all the way to the end of the season, no matter what the weather is, working late hours, they want to go to those things too. I think it's ridiculous. And I also hate the teams that rejected. 7 teams that rejected to go play in the Birmingham Bowl?
Yeah.
Like Temple, what are you doing?
But see, I don't hate that as much. Temple went 5-7. Their coach wants to earn their first time back in a while. From someone like we fought to get back. I would never have wanted it given to us. You know what I mean? So I understand that more than a team who earned it and then declined it.
Yeah, and I honestly think all those teams declining the bowl cost us the Duke's Mayo Bowl.
Yeah.
Which we all really wanted. That would have been pretty sick. And Duke's Mayo Bowl, I think you messed up putting Mississippi State in there.
Yeah,
I
agreed.
think you would have had probably one of the best bowl attendance out there outside the College Football playoffs, but
yeah, it's just soft, man. I think it's soft and it's like pouting and it's just I don't get and it sucks because like I know there's people out there who are like bowl season, like bowls are just they're gonna eventually vanish away. It's just gonna be the playoff. Like I hate that. Like playing for a bowl and like bowl week was like the funnest weeks of my career. And going to a different town and having a week with your teammates where you're just like kind of like you practice, but then you're also just like normal. You get to go see the city, you get to go see things, and you get to go to events. And you're playing for a ring, you're playing for a championship with confetti falling when you win. Like that means something to a lot of people. It meant a lot to me, and it means a lot to seniors. Yep. And it means a lot to guys who are like, I want to go out on top. And that's what bowl games give.
And it also gives you a chance to play teams you don't normally play.
Which is also exciting.
And I don't know. I think that they just want to expand the playoffs more, which I'm fine. If you expand it and you
let 16 teams.
Well, I've heard the SEC is trying to vie for even more.
Well,
like up to 24, like the FCS, which I'm cool with doing. You just got to one G5 bid. Don't ever take away the one G5 bid. I get people are mad about 2 this year. I think JMU's probably gonna get their butts kicked.
You're gonna get crushed.
Tulane might get their butts kicked again. But
I think Summerall is a better coach. But they won't lose that bad twice.
Don't take our G5 from us.
So how do you feel about the positioning of ECU next year?
I have no clue. Harrell might have to go make 2 great hires again, which I'm excited for. He didn't get he inherited JDB, which I hope we keep JDB.
Yeah,
but it'll give us a chance to see where his mind's up on the offense. Is it going to be a JDB type guy again?
I've heard of a guy that I've heard of guys on his list. The great hire.
Oh my God, this guy's edging us all. And then defense coordinator's excited. And you said you feel good about Caton staying. A feeling. If we can keep Caton and hopefully JDB. If not, I feel good. I really do feel good, depending on how many guys. What I'm worried about right now is the ripple effect. How big is this ripple going to be? Is it going to be quick ripple? Is it going to be a ginormous ripple? But I do think, like you said, Blake Harrell is the man for the job. He understands the city. He understands the university. And I feel pretty good about it. So we'll see.
Yeah, I agree.
What about the questions?
100%. Yep, pop them up. You pull up Instagram, I'll pull up Twitter. If you want to be featured on a Holton Ahlers show, we answer every single question. Each week we'll post graphics saying ask us questions. Any questions below we read on this show, we will answer truthfully on this show, as long as they're pretty much will not get us kicked off YouTube and the radio. So, Caden, go ahead and start with our Instagram questions.
That's a good one. Kenny Curlings.
Kenny.
Will you climb the top of the tank again this year?
Oh,
that was a good
military bowl memory. If I go, then yes. Caden's not going, but if I go, I will be on top of the tank with you this time, Kenny Curlings. What do you got next?
You got to take a picture of Kenny Curlings and you on top of the tank. That'd be awesome. I wish I was there. Family takes precedence there. Big Sean 83. Who do you think is going to step up in the wide receiver room next year?
Great.
I'm hoping Yannick Smith.
I hope. And I think it'll be a year of the tight ends as well. We have 2 really good tight ends. If we keep them, I think JDB staying or leaving is going to have a lot of impact on the tight end room. We'll see. But hopefully Yannick Smith. I really hope so.
ECU visuals. I feel like the portal has helped us more than it has hurt. Do you agree?
ECU visuals, shout out Luke. Luke is the GOAT. Yes, I think the portal has definitely helped us more than it hurt. Today, college football world, it can hurt you a lot, but it can also help you a lot. It's helped the Pirates. If you look at our team, London Montgomery, Caton Hauser, Anthony Smith, I mean, you can go down and down and down and down the list of guys who transferred in and have been impact players.
Igor? Is that Igor? Do you think Josh Aldridge leaving is going to hurt us in the transfer portal?
Ooh.
Honestly, I don't think so. Because I think he might have some guys, but I think a lot of people, when you meet Blake Harrell players, he's what wins players ever that come to East Carolina. It's
Agreed.
Blake Harrell.
Agreed.
And what's great about having a defensive head coach is he's in those defensive meetings. He's a defensive guy. Like the rumors are saying, he had maybe a little bit more control than Aldridge liked. Great. I'm not worried about the defensive players in the transfer portal.
The only one I would say is your top guys, Jamarly Riddle, because South Florida has all this money now. If they go after our top, our top guy,
who's going to be the G Pirate 8? Who's going to be the next DC? I have no DC
I couldn't even start, honestly.
We are offensive guys on this show,
and it broke. We haven't had time to look. It just broke.
What's the Riley Mintz? What's the answer at QB if Caton decides to leave? Transfer portal or cheater?
We'll. I mean, there will be a competition. We'll bring in at least, I would say, maybe two guys. We'll bring at least one guy out of the portal. There'll be a good competition. We'll have a very talented quarterback here next year with the money we're ready to spend.
And last one, we answer them all. Mike Schwartz hater. That's tough.
That's tough. That's tough.
Why is Mike Schwartz still the basketball coach, and does the administration not think the fans care?
I care.
I care a lot. I know I've made the jokes to span the basketball team, put it all to football, but that loss the other night to UNCG,
it's embarrassing.
That's the straw right there.
Yeah.
That's the straw for me. Maybe they can turn the season around. What I love about basketball, I actually hate about basketball, but I love that everyone still has a chance, is you have a chance to go to the conference tournament and turn this whole thing around and do a magical run. You could. You could. But with these guys, I don't know, but you could do it.
You could. You always could. I mean, basketball, I'm a huge basketball fan. The podcast guy, like people listening know I'm a huge basketball guy. I just want us to be aggressive with whatever we do basketball-wise. Whoever our coach is, get someone who's aggressive, who's just going to be like, you know what? Even if we suck, we're going to be fun to watch. We're going to jack up threes. Like, make it that. Get an offensive guy. Get someone who you go out on a limb and go get if it's that time.
Yeah, and one thing, if we do move away in the coming future, go for someone crazy again. I loved when Iona hired Rick Pitino.
Yeah.
Oh my God, do something like that.
Yeah. Before we get to our Twitter questions now, that was Instagram question. Before we get our Twitter questions, I want to give a shout out to Jersey Mike's, all Jersey Mike's Greenville locations. Make sure you go in there, get it Mike's way, club, sub, giant. That is my go-to. Caden, you love the cheesesteaks on the grill. We love Jersey Mike's. Make sure you go to Jersey Mike's. What you got, Caden?
And throw some bacon on it.
They got the best bacon in town as well. Good call out there. Jersey Mike's, all in Greenville. Let's get to the Twitter questions now. At Hey Miss Parker says, I heard earlier this year that Josh Aldridge brought all these new ideas and schemes into camp, and Blake Harrell saw them and basically said, Harrell, no. Do what I've been doing. Any truth to that? I hadn't heard any of that until literally the news broke today, so I don't think that's that true. I think he just wanted his own show. Even if he had all the ideas, even if Josh Aldridge had the ideas and all the defense was just him, Harrell's still a defensive guy, and it sounds like he just wanted his own show under an offensive guy, so it could be all towards him.
I think what it is, what we said earlier, he has a chance to have coach with an offensive-minded head coach. He's going to be the guy kind of like JDB is here on the offense. It's on you, bud. So he wants that.
Eric Curry, shout out Eric _nature42 says, what are the pros and cons of playing Pitt in the Military Bowl? Great question. I'm just going to stick to the pros. I'm a very optimistic guy. I think it's a measuring point of where your program is, especially in a time of doubt with all these coaches and players, rumors, and all that. It's a measuring stick. If you go out there and win that game, you can compete. I mean, look, Pitt, like you said, was almost in the ACC championship. They're a good football program, good coach team, and I think it's a good measuring stick.
I think the only con is you're going back to the same city 3 times in 4 or 5 years.
Yeah,
that's the only con. It's just the same city and people want new things. I think it's nothing but pros playing Pitt.
Yep. Big Play Guin Don't know how to say that. Definitely misspelled that. Says, should the Pirates and our fan base be excited to have a chance to be to become back-to-back Military Bowl champions? I like the idea of being back-to-back champions. Could Pitt be a possible non-conference opponent in the future? I didn't really think of the back-to-back. Do they put that on the bowl ring if they win back-to-back Military Bowl champions?
How many back-to-back Military Bowl champs are there? I don't think there is any.
We're first time ever here.
We should do it.
Yeah. And then could Pitt be a possible non-conference? I like that idea. Their fans are chirpy on Twitter. We've already noticed that. And like, yeah, I think it's somewhat close by. You can travel to games. Like, that would be a
called our stadium high school stadium.
Yeah, that's wild. The guy didn't know anything though. Yeah. Did you see that?
I did.
He said that he went and watched us play Coastal Carolina in football. We've never played. Yeah, those dudes are clueless. They clearly had a podcast that's not as official as ours, Caden. Hopefully they see this and chirp back. They actually don't know ball though. You don't make up something like that. Let's get back to that comment real quick. Shout out to ECU fans for joining their live stream and chirping them.
I love that. I do love our fan base. They will hound people. So.
But they said he was like dead serious. He was like, their high school or their football stadium's like a high school stadium. I saw them many times play Coastal Carolina at home.
We've only played Coastal twice in football.
And not at home. We've never played at home.
I know.
So the guy just completely made that up. Like,
well, I'm just going to start ripping stuff on this podcast. I'm going to just start. I actually played Pitt play twice. Lose at a high school college stadium. No. I watched Pitt lose at Ohio University and a stadium that's 24,000 seats. You guys lost in a high school football stadium. Congratulations, Pitt Panthers.
And what's also funny about that,
2005 though.
What's also hilarious about that is Pitt doesn't have their own football stadium. They share it with the NFL team. They don't even have their own. Get your own stadium before you start talking about a fake one of ours that you don't even know about. H53183 says, as an ECU fan, I've always felt NIL would be a huge advantage for the Pirates, especially in the American. Do you think our collective is up there with the P4 school, with some P4 schools? No, I do not. No. Also, I think if we show that we can retain Ahlers, the fan base will start to rally behind this team again. I do agree with that last statement, but I also think that the fan base is behind the team.
Why are we not rallying behind the team?
The fan base is behind the team. With P4 schools, no, I don't know the financial makeup of P4 schools, but I mean, no, I wouldn't think so.
Well, we already know right now South Florida's maxing out the budget, so we're not even competing with South Florida right now.
Yep. First Down Pirates, ARG252 says, who are the top 3 candidates for DC? I'm going to throw a name real quick that you're probably going to hear a lot of is Roy Tesh. He's been under Coach Blake Harrell for a long time now. He's there now, defensive line coach. I don't know other than that. This news broke legit like an hour ago, and we knew a little bit before that, but like we haven't had time to look.
Yeah.
And we didn't know Josh Aldridge before like he came here and got hired. So it's probably someone like that, I would imagine, but we'll just have to wait and see.
And I'll be real. Like offense, I'm gonna dive into. Defense, I'm not a defensive guy, so I'll leave that to defense.
And then Blake, shout out Blake Cartilage, says we hit Annapolis again. I possibly could be with some of the boys. Caden is not. He's in Cali for Christmas. But I will, if we do, already spoke to the wife, and we're going to have like a little tailgate thing. But I don't know if I'm going yet. Might be hosting 5th quarter as well. So we got to decide between 5th quarter and going to the game. Got to decide. Yeah, that's it for the questions this week, Caden.
Can't be 2 places at once.
Can't be 2 places at once, Caden. Thank you guys for tuning in to the show. Next week, we're bearing any other breaking news. Like this week, we were supposed to break down the Pitt game. Next week, we're actually going to break down Pitt, the matchup, their pros, their strengths, their weaknesses, our strengths, our weaknesses with everything that's going on. Is there news to break? We'll talk about it. Make sure you tune in. Follow us on Instagram, on TikTok, and on X.
We're on TikTok?
Yeah, we're on TikTok as well, bud.
I'm not on TikTok.
There we go. Make sure you follow us at Whole Ahlers Show. Thanks for supporting the pod.